JD Vance went to the Paris AI conference, laid out a few things for AI. EU, right, had a big game. Macron talking big here. Dan, is this? Uh, let's balance these things against each other.
Yeah, first, um, whether you like JD Vance's politics, I like him as an orator. He's a good speaker. He's very articulate. I've been saying the same thing, making the rounds in media about U.S. Exceptionalism, about U.S. wanting to maintain its leading position as the world's leader in AI. When DeepSeek happened, that was the first thing I was screaming at the top of my lungs that, hey, we need to continue to invest to make sure we never risk not being the leader. We've made the jokes on this show and elsewhere, Pat, about the EU basically regulating itself out of every major innovation cycle over the last, 100 years. Europe had a lot of its own exceptionalism for a long time, but now it feels more like tourism and food, and not enough innovation. And we want Europe to be a more innovation-driven partner. It's been more of a regulation, policy, and taxation, obstacle. And of course, what I do like that comes out of Europe at times is they do focus on things like personal privacy, data, security at a level where maybe the U.S. in its search for global leadership tends to abandon security and privacy first. But I think, his call, Pat, was exactly this: less regulation. Stop tightening screws on things and setting yourselves behind the curve. How can you work together? There has to be some level of ideological alignment that's going to take place between the U.S. and its pace of innovation in Europe and its regulation in order to get there. And then, of course, he subtly even talked to the fact that Europe has been a little bit more inviting to what I would consider to be authoritarian and conflicting government regimes. There seems to be more interest in alignment. You see it through sort of the shifting in population across Europe. And I think he was pretty stern in his warning against, basically, where do you choose to partner in Europe? Are you going to choose to partner with the U.S. and the West? Or are you going to choose to partner elsewhere? And so I think he came down. He was very clear. He was very articulate, but he was very much pushing that we will maintain the leadership here in the U.S. and this is the terms and conditions for you to come along.
Excellent. Listen, JD Vance he knocked out of the park there. And, his big thing was, this conference is about growth, not about, what word did he use? AI safety, right? He said it's about AI opportunity versus AI safety. He was very clear on stop messing with U.S. AI companies. I felt like it was, if you continue this, we're gonna do something to you. I don't know what that do something to you could be. I don't know if it's, you need to have a tech company to go after in Europe that's strong in the U.S. and there really aren't many of those, if any. I did want to pivot though to a lot of the discussions. EU folks got up there and laid out, right, this big case for growth. You had Macron get up there. You had Ursula von der Leyen, right, do some big talks. I got to tell you, man, I'll believe it when I see it. Okay, and Ursula is the president of the EU Commission. A lot of talk. I'm optimistic. I do believe we need a strong EU. Is important for national security and interests in the United States. So I want to see them do well. But I mean, this is the same group of folks. I mean, part of this are Germany, who unplugged their nukes and saddled up with Putin to pay exorbitant fees on natural gas. I mean, and using Greta Thunberg as the poster child for the way that things should work in the future. Not working out too well for Germany right now. So, anyways, I'll believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. But good job, Vance, on that speech. Did better than I thought he would.